What's going on, guys? JPP Duel here. Hope you guys are enjoying your weekend. And for today's matchup, we have a Prank Kids versus a branded Despia matchup, with my opponent playing branded Despia going first. Now, before we go into the whole video, let me tell you what's new about this video. You guys have seen me play Prank Kids for a long time, yes, but the new thing about this video is that I am now playing a 60 cards Prank Kids deck list. Yes, sir, you heard it right. It is a 60 card Prank Kids deck list. This came about from a punishment from one of my viewers, and he said play a 60 card deck list in your ranked matches. So here it is, 60 card deck list. The cool thing about this is that you can run Small World and you can run a bunch of hand traps, and you could fit in any engine you want, DPE engine, Adventure engine, or even a Thunder Dragon engine in here. And the consistency is pretty good. Yes, you sometimes break, but that again depends on what kind of engine you run. I am running a pure pranks engine with a couple go second cards and a bunch of hand traps. That is what you guys are seeing right now on the screen. So if you guys want me to make a deck list video about different sorts of a 60 card Prank Kids deck list, do let me know in the comment section below. Or if you guys want a deck list for this specific one I'm using in rank right now, I will make one on this as well. Let me know in the comment section below. With that being said, let's get going with the video. The opponent activates a Luber, searches for a branded in red, to which we instantly respond with a Drunel Lockbird. Then he activates Theater from his hand, goes off into a Tax Dragon, which is the Masquerade, sets down a card, passes his turn over. The cards he used were the Mirror Courier plus the Luber on the field, so if the Mirror Courier does get banished somehow afterwards, it's still going to activate, so we have to keep that in the back of our head. With this, I actually end up top decking a Twin Twister. Now, I already had Evenly Matched in my hand, so I could have gone into battle phase, evenly matched my opponent, and if he goes off into Chimera or something afterwards, we had Forbidden Droplet to negate out the Chimera as well. But the really cool thing about the Twin Twister is that now you can activate Twin Twisters from the hand. We had a card in our hand to pitch for the Twin Twister, which was the Pranks. Another good thing about a 60 card deck list is that you're now forced to only run one of Pranks, one of Pandemonium. You can run multiple copies of Pranks, multiple copies of Pandemonium, meaning you do not have to worry about your opponent banishing out your Pranks or banishing out your Pandemonium and have no play afterwards. So that's another cool thing about the 60 cards deck list. With that, we kill off the Field Spell, which is a Theater, and the Face Down set, which turned out to be a branded in red, which we knew because he searched for it with the Aluber in the beginning. He did not search for branded fusion. I don't know why, do not ask me why, but let me tell you this is a Diamond 3 gameplay. This guy is doing all this in Diamond 3. With that, he goes into Tax Dragon, so we just use our Forbidden Droplet, we pitch our Evenly Matched to negate out the Tax Dragon, so that way we do not get burned to death. Then with the remaining card in my hand, which is a combo starter card for us, I do my full Prank Kids combo. Now you guys will see what I mean by the fact that you do not have to worry about banishing your Pandemonium or banishing your Pranks, which is exactly what I will do in this play. So with the Doodle-Doo search, I search for a copy of Prank Kids Place, and with the Fansies, I pitch a copy of Pandemonium. So at this point, we have Pranks in the graveyard, we have Pandemonium in the graveyard, and our Prank Kids Place has searched us for our Roxys. We tribute the second Doodle-Doo, get Pandemonium plus Pranks back into our hand. We're going to activate Pranks, pitch the Roxys, get a token, go off into our Bow Wow Bark. Now, you guys might be asking, Jay, how will you go into your Butler if you do not top deck a Prank Kids monster for Butler combo with your Pranks recycle? Well, the answer is because we're running multiple copies of Pandemonium, we can now banish out this Pandemonium from our hand and not be worried about getting completely locked out of fusion summons on our next turn. So with that, I banish out, I draw into a DD Crow, we link off into a Predaplant, Predaplant goes into our Butler with a Thunder Dragon fusion, which will boost up our monsters as well. We kill off the Tax Dragon, we try to whack it with the Predaplant. Obviously, I know the Tax Dragon will come back, but this Tax Dragon will not be taxing us anymore because it is special from the graveyard and not special specifically with the summoning conditions. So we are okay with that. With that, we end our turn. I activate my Pranks, recycle 3 cards, and I draw into a corridor, which is really good because I do want to use my butler to pop my opponent's field by banishing out my Meowmoo. That means I can activate the corridor, get the Meowmoo back, get full combo. I even have a Thunder Dragon Fusion pitched in the graveyard as well, so if we do not draw into a name next turn, Thunder Dragon Fusion can banish itself and searches for our name, the name for that being Pansies, which is a Thunder monster. With that, the opponent normals out another Aluber, and this time he searches for Branded Fusion. To which, since he added a card, I'm just gonna Druna Logbird him. We do not want him drawing any other cards because this guy can go into Chimera, and he does want to go into Chimera to pop my Butler, and Chimera would give him card draws as well, which the Druna Logbird now negates. So, as I am saying this to you guys, this guy obviously does not know that. He still chooses to go into a Chimera. So with the Chimera, once it comes in the field, the first effect is that he's going to be drawing 2 cards or 1 card since he took 1 from his hand. But since Drula is active, he's not going to be able to draw any cards. And once on the summon itself, we are just going to use the Butler pop the opponent's Chimera so he cannot pop our cards. Then he activates Branded Fusion. He pitches a copy of Snow in the graveyard. So now we have to keep in the back of our head, the opponent has Snow in the graveyard as well. Now this is extremely crucial to keep it in your mind, because if you normal out your Prankets monster and your opponent Snows your normal summon, you cannot link climb afterwards. It's extremely bad for a Prankets player, so you do need to keep the Snow in the back of your head when you are making plays if your opponent does have one in the graveyard. He goes into Albion. Albion activates, banishes 2, goes into Mirror Jade. And this Mirror Jade, obviously, we're just going to pop the whole field. He committed his normal summon, he committed his Brand Fusion, and at this point, his whole field gets popped. He pays the cost of the Albion, we pop the opponent's field, Mirror Jade goes through, it banishes the Predaplant Verte Anaconda, we don't care much about it. The last card in his hand turned out to be a Kit. Kit is going to give him the Branded in Red. The Branded in Red is going to get recycled back into his deck, and at the end of the turn, he's going to activate the Albion from the graveyard, which he pitched, to put down a Branded in Red on the field. So this Branded in Red can go into a Chimera. So you have to understand that. Even though he has no cards in his hand, this Branded in Red can still go into a Chimera. Because if you guys think about it, he has Snow in the graveyard, right? Snow can put itself on the field. Branded in Red will target 1 card in the graveyard added to his hand. That means he would have 3 cards to go into a Chimera, which would be extremely bad for us because Chimera will be able to pop 2 cards on the field, I believe, because he'll be using 2 cards from the field to go into Chimera once Snow does come on the field. So to play around that, we need to think of something with the hand we have currently. Now this all goes on the opponent. If the opponent misplays, then we will be a good spot. So let's see if the opponent misplays. With that, we go into standby phase, main phase 1, I activate Thunder Dragon Fusion, banish the Thunder Dragon Fusion, search for my Prankets combo starter card, we activate the Corridor, recycle out the Meowmoo, so that way our normal summon can go into our combo. With this actually ends up baiting out the opponent's Snow. And since he's putting a Snow on the field, I decided I'm going to maxi my opponent. To which he responds with a Branded in Red activation. He's telling me, I do not want you adding more cards to your hand. I would rather sacrifice not being able to go into my Chimera and not pop your field, which he should have done. He should have waited. He could have popped my field completely. I'm instead going to go into a Tax Dragon because as it stands, he cannot go into Chimera. He does not have enough materials to go into Chimera. So he gets the Aluber back in his hand with the Branded in Red, goes off into another Tax Dragon, and this Tax Dragon is activated. So we are going to burn for 800 every time we do something. Snow puts down the Corridor face down, but I do not think the opponent knows how Corridor works. Corridor activating from the hand means you activate a Thunder effect. That means even if this card is put face down, you can still Contact Fusion. Contact Fusion is a thing that you need to understand happens, and face down, the cards that are face down does not get affected by the Contact Fusion. So this Snow is the most useless Snow he could have ever pulled off. He should have waited on the Snow. He should have waited till I committed my normal summon to the play to go into Snow. So as you guys see it, our Thunder Dragon Colossus does come on the field. With that, I just kill off the Tax Dragon, and then I commit my normal summon to the play, and with this the opponent knows he's done, so he just scoops the game. That's going to be it for today's game, guys. If you guys do enjoy these kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily prank and video uploads. And if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jppduel. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description stuff for you guys to check out. This is JPPduel signing out for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!